So what's up, my people? Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Motorsports. I am your host, The Big Ticket, here to talk to you about all things motorsports and motorsport related content. There are two versions of the show. If you want to check out the audio version, feel free to go to Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you choose to listen. I'm available on all platforms. And check me out there. But if you also want to see the video version, head over to youtube.com/Tarig Waldron. That's TARIGWALDRON. Or by simply searching Let's Talk Motorsports in the search bar. Be sure to rate this show 5 stars. If you won't. If you don't, why don't you want to? Be sure to rate this show 5 stars, and feel free, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at TheBigTicket07. I also post updates on the show as well as updates on the motorsports industry and the motorsports world in general. Hit me up on Twitter, BigTicket07. Moving on to the show. Breaking news. Coming to you live from my studio. It's my office, but you know, got some other shit in here. But Bubba Wallace and MJ, that's just the title. Denny Hamlin and MJ have been waiting on this, have been working for this and waiting on it for a long time, waiting for Denny Hamlin to retire and then pursue this ownership thing that they're doing now. Starting with let's see. Now, MJ and Denny Hamlin now have ownership of a race team. If you don't know who MJ is, it's Michael Jordan. You know, if you don't know, why don't you? Sorry, I had to say Denny Hamlin. No, Denny Hamlin is a racer, and he and MJ, you know, are obviously have been friends for a minute, been friends for a couple of years, and they've been trying to decide on how they were going to pursue ownership of a race team. And I guess they finally did that and finally actually showcased that with this team buying that they just did. I'm not 100% sure what team they bought, but they bought a team that was already established simply because of the fact that they wanted to be able to qualify for just about every event. Which I think is a smart move. If you want to buy into a business, you buy into something that's already successful. So that way, you know, you ain't got to do that much work. All you got to do is implement a couple different branding and this, that, the fourth, and then perform or continue to perform as the business has been doing. Now, when I first heard this, I didn't think Jordan had any, type of knowledge or any type of history with racing or the racing world in general, but apparently he does. Jordan was grown up in the South, North Carolina to be exact, the NC, and NASCAR is very heavy in the South. NASCAR is very heavy, and he's spent his time growing up going to races and going to NASCAR. So there's no surprise that he's still interested now after all these years, and now he's reached the hierarchy that he's at now. So this just seems like a move, that's not expected, but expected. Or that a move that, it shouldn't be a surprise that he's able to do. Now, Bubba Wallace is set to be the driver for the 2021 season. He has already signed the new deal, and he's already said that he will not be returning with Richard Petty Motorsports for the next season. If you don't know who Bubba Wallace is, that is the African-American driver in NASCAR at the time, and I find this to be the perfect moment for MJ, one of the biggest names in sports, to come together with a NASCAR driver of color, and bring forth this new era. You know what I'm saying? I'm liking this. I feel like, oh my goodness, I just shook this shit out my camera. Let me just fix that. Anyway, I feel as though I feel like this is a huge leap forward for us. You know what I'm saying? A huge leap forward for people of color, and it's definitely going to open the door for a lot of other drivers to step forth and actually pursue a career in the racing world and in the racing, type of industry and stuff of that nature. Now, Wallace, this has been one of his best years yet, coming in with 5 Truck Series wins, as well as I think a 10th place or a 13th place in one of the road courses, something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but this has been his best year yet. So I most definitely feel as though he should be able to he should definitely be able to for 2021 he should be performing even better. You know what I'm saying? As time goes by, his experience is going up. Therefore, with experience comes skill. You know what I'm saying? So more skill, much better performance. Now, I feel as though this means so much in the fight for diversity in NASCAR. There was, after a couple incidents with NASCAR, NASCAR is heavily dominated by Southern Caucasity. Caucasity. Never mind. But it is heavily dominated by that demographic, and this would be a huge leap forward in opening a door. Opening just a crack, opening the door just a smidge for people of color to come in and perform and showcase their skills on a NASCAR track. That was just what I had to get out the way for that. Me and NASCAR, it's a love-hate relationship. I don't watch NASCAR. I don't go out my way to watch NASCAR, but if it's on, I'll definitely give it a go, or I'll definitely check back into highlights and stuff of that nature for road courses and things like that. I'm a what's that? I'm not a dedicated fan, but more of a recluse, more of a relaxed fan that just checks in here and there. I'm one of those kind of people that I'll watch it. If it's on, I'll watch it, but I'm not gonna go out my way. If there's something more interesting on, I'll definitely watch that first. Like if it's between Formula 1 or NASCAR, which one you think I'm gonna watch? Formula 1. If you answered NASCAR, you're stupid. Oh man, but with that, let's just jump right into the Formula 1. Why don't we? Starting with not the Sochi race for y'all. Yeah, that's coming up next though. Starting with the F1 reverse grid races. Now, I don't know why the F1 higher ups think that this is going to be a good idea. Because if I had to be honest with you, it's not. It's fucking ridiculous that you have to implement a artificial way for slower cars to win. If they want to win, get better, get faster, and do what's necessary and earn that trophy. Because now, as that with the same words as Daniel Ricciardo, it devalues an F1 win. It devalues an F1 trophy if everyone that doesn't deserve it wins it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to win an award, you showcase that you have the skill. How the races are set up now, if you showcase you have the fastest time in qualifying, you have 3 opportunities. If you showcase that you are the fastest there, you get a starting point on that grid. You get to be able to be in the front of the pack. So you have to showcase your abilities, you have so many opportunities to showcase your abilities. Okay, you don't have to just do it one time. It's 3 separate times that you get to showcase yes, obviously there's certain incidents that can happen that can prevent that'll only limit you to 2, or you have to stick with a bad time or some shit like that. But most of the time, Q1 is usually pretty good. Q1 is usually pretty fucking good. Q2, there might be an issue. Q3, everyone's trying to put the hammer down and get the fastest time. But that's not, I don't understand why this is even a conversation. You know what I'm saying? These F1 higher ups are looking to make the reverse grid races a thing. Reverse grid races are set up like this, for those of you who may not understand. The people who are in the back of the championship get to start in the front of the championship. So basically, the person who's, let me put it in simple layman's terms, the person who's in last gets to be in first at the start of the race. Does that sound right? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? The person who least deserves to be in first starts off first at the starting grid at the start of the fucking race. I don't give a shit about no exciting race. That's dumb. These races are already fucking exciting. Already, if the people in last, if the people in the back want to showcase their ability and showcase their skill, drive better, perform better, do what you need to do to actually get that victory. But don't let an artificial system be what gets you that victory. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna roll over with people. I already know fans are livid. I'm a fan. I'm livid. That's bullshit. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. If you want that victory, earn that shit. earn that shit. Ain't no way in hell I'm not a supporter of this. Obviously, I mean, in my opinion, you know, I'm not in F1 at any way, shape, or form. But no, that's dumb. Even drivers have expressed how they feel. Daniel Ricciardo, does the value of an F1 win hold as much today? No. If this is the system that they're gonna implement, no, it's not gonna hold the same. It's not gonna hold that same weight. Verstappen has even fucking said, I don't feel as though artificial means to a victory is the way to go for the F1 universe, man. For the F1 industry, man. And they're right. Obviously, there's other drivers who have expressed their concerns, but those are the two people that I kind of care about. But, like, why would you put the fastest cars in the back? You know what I'm saying? Like, if these teams spend so much money making deals with drivers that they know can actually perform and do and do what they need to do, I'm almost certain if you all, you know, I feel like, well, obviously I don't think someone like Bottas would leave Mercedes for a higher bid. I don't think these guys have morals. Like I don't think that that came out wrong. I think they have morals. I don't think that they would just leave like that. But spend some time. Learn who you're finna be getting. You know what I'm saying? Actually spend time investing in drivers that can actually perform and actually, you know, make the cars better. These teams are multi-billion-dollar industries, and you telling me they being pussy and gonna try and utilize some artificial fucking means to a victory? Thank God for Mercedes this year. Thank God for Mercedes as they thwarted and warded off this nonsense, warded off this bullshit. But next year, the F1 higher-ups, they're only going to need, majority vote. And I'm pretty sure all the teams in the fucking back are going to support this shit. So we might be seeing reverse grid races next year. Would it be a more exciting race? Probably. I'm not going to deny that. Probably. But it's an artificial means to a win. It's an artificial means to a victory. Obviously, I feel you know, the people in the back are going to showcase that they have the skills. But at the end of the day, you don't want to do things too aggressive and then end up fucking up and not winning at all, or not placing at all. You know what I'm saying? So these guys, I don't know what the hell's going to happen. I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, I hope that this ends up, you know, not being a full-on thing to where that they implement it in actual races, because right now they're only trying to do it in qualifying stuff. So I don't know. But from that, moving into Formula One, Sochi, Autodrome, however the fuck you say it, I don't know. I'm not from Russia. Excuse me. Starting off right at the beginning of the race, plenty of crashes in lap one, plenty. And now, you know, I don't understand why guys are so inconsiderate and have no type of, I don't want to say passion, but they're very inconsiderate to the other drivers. They're inconsiderate of sportsmanship. You know what I'm saying? They have a lack of sportsmanship. Guys hitting each other in the backs. Guys realizing that they don't have an overtake spot, that they can't complete the overtake, but still pushing to try and take the overtake that they know fully well they cannot attain, causing a crash less than 5 turns out of the starting fucking grid, making guys completely DNF. I don't understand why obviously you want a good start. You want to put yourself in a prime position, but you also want to complete the race. If you're going to hitting other guys in the back, that fucks you up too. Not just them, because you don't know how they're finna crash. You don't know how they're finna spin out. That could also end up fucking you up. So I don't understand why these guys are showing it. Obviously, it's a competition. This is expected. Crashes are expected, but sportsmanship is also fucking expected. But that's just my take on it. Anyway, plenty of mistakes and crashes in lap one. Coming out less than 5 turns out the starting grid. What was it? 2-3 car pileup. Not a pileup, but 2-3 cars out the race right at the beginning. A Racing Point team. Racing Point. I forgot his damn name, but he was out of the race as if right when it started. he was somebody that I expected to, actually put some competition in place, maybe 4th, 5th place or something like that. And the other one was still in it. The other one did pretty well, but I don't know his name, but he was out of the running right at the beginning of the race, and I'm pretty sure he was pissed. I would be too. Coming from qualifying, Lewis Hamilton had 2 5-second penalties. Now since then it's been waved off, but like they've been diminished and waved off by they've been taken off. But going into the race, let me just say, a 10-second time penalty. A 10-second time penalty, for those of you that don't know, 10 seconds in the racing world is a mile. I don't mean that literally. I'm just saying 10 seconds is a very long fucking time. He had apparently gotten these penalties because he was instructed by his team that he was allowed to start his qualifying or start that lap or whatever from the position he was in, which he is not allowed to do. Now, obviously, Hamilton, being who he is, they're trying to stop him. This right here would have been, if he had won, he would have tied Schumacher with 91 wins or something like that for a Formula One career, which is fucking fantastic. That would be a great day in history. A great day in history. If you don't, I put that up on my Twitter. Actually, check it out at the Big Ticket 07. I'm gonna put in plugs all fucking episode, but check that shit out. But obviously he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. Lewis cannot be stopped, and his skies have no limits. I'm definitely jacking that right now. He's gonna be able to match and then surpass Schumacher's record, and he's going to be the record holder for a long time coming. Honestly, in my personal opinion, I feel as though he's definitely going to be able to showcase that he is the greatest of all time. Although he already is to some people. By some people, I mean me. Anyway, going into the race, Bottas led the pack damn near the entirety of the race. Hamilton was brought into the pits earlier than he wanted to be, obviously, but the team is still instructed him on being brought in early. I think that's where the 10-second penalty was assessed or some shit like that. I don't know. Was that ministered or something like that? I don't know. But that dropped him down to like 13th or 14th place. Then he had to come back and fight, and he ended up in 3rd. But Bottas led the pack damn near the entirety of the race. Valtteri Bottas, Max Verstappen almost got off track in the crashes and mistakes in fucking lap 1. And but he was able to actually keep his composure and maintain. Now, Max Verstappen has been having a rut, and oh my goodness, I'm so happy for him. He was having a rut of just a bad 2 DNFs, bad positioning, pole, whatever, and he finished in 2nd today. Yes, the date on which I'm recording this is Sunday, because I just finished making all my notes and everything like that. But he has fucking finished in 2nd place, which is a great position. I am so happy for him, and I am glad that that's how he finished. I when I saw him go off track at the beginning, I was like, oh my God, not again. But he came back, fought his way back into 3rd, just coming right back on the track, and then pushed and held on to 2nd for the entirety of the race, just right behind Bottas. Well, when I say right behind, I'm not necessarily right behind. Valtteri was a full 7 seconds clear, a full 7 seconds plus clear of Verstappen in 2nd, and Hamilton, I don't know where Hamilton was, but Hamilton finished in 3rd. Let's see, what's 23 minus 7? I failed math class, so this might take me a minute. I'm fucking with you. I don't really care, but Max Verstappen was a whole 7 seconds behind Valtteri Bottas. Obviously, he still came in 2nd, so that's fucking wonderful, but Bottas was definitely kicking ass, and he was holding an aggressive pace the entirety of the race to be finishing 7 seconds. Like I said, if 10 seconds is a mile, 7 seconds is a half a mile. I don't know how to really describe it, you know what I'm saying? that's just how it be. And congratulations to all three men. Congratulations to Verstappen. Thank God, no more DNFs. Keep performing. I cannot wait for the next round. Where am I going with this? Where am I going? The next section. Rossi is moved to Petronas. He is no longer with the factory team. Now, with the Yamaha factory team, I should say. He has signed a deal to go with Yamaha Petronas SRT's race team next season. Now the signing move was originally planned to happen at the beginning of this season, but with this COVID stuff and all that nature, everything was pushed back and delayed. They wanted him to complete a couple races at the beginning. Well, he wanted to complete a couple races at the beginning to show that he still had a competitive edge, and if he didn't, he probably wouldn't have signed this deal. But he is still a competitor. He is still the GOAT. Not self-proclaimed. Obviously, he's earned that position. He's earned that right, and to say that. And I don't think he says it, but I think he deserves the right to say it. He is the all-time GOAT MotoGP racer, and he is definitely still competitive in now. You know what I'm saying? Now he's up in age now, but he's definitely still competitive, and is showcasing that he is still competitive with the positions that he has had in races. And I don't know, just how well he rides. Now moving with him is Jesus Christ. I have my notes all over the place at this moment. Ooh. Yes, my notes are all over the place at the moment. Crew chief David Munoz. I don't know how to say the man's name. I'm not his father. And rider coach Gavia. I don't know, man. I'm not their parents, and I'm not Italian, so I don't know how do you expect me to say this stuff correctly. But there's also somebody else that's moving with him from the Yamaha factory team. I don't remember who, but they are moving with him to the Petronas team. I feel as though Rossi felt as though that there's still more to be done with these guys, and he's gonna be able to showcase that he's still Rossi. That's all I can really tell you. His new teammate, Franco Morbidelli, the VR46 Academy protege of Rossi, is his new teammate, and I know I'm gonna be ecstatic. It's gonna be like seeing it's like shadow boxing kinda, but like instead of not fighting nothing, you're actually paying attention to what your shadow's doing. And I think Morbidelli is a true shadow of Rossi. I don't know. I feel like that metaphor is out of place. But anyway, that's what's special about him. Rossi is who Rossi is, and he created the VR46 Riding Academy, and Franco Morbidelli has been a part of that academy for a time, and now you see the success of Rossi, not only coming from his own career, but going into others' careers as well. There's plenty of other people from the actual Riding Academy that I am going to fail to mention, because I don't remember everyone, but you can see the success of Rossi going into other people as well. Rossi is the GOAT, the greatest of all time MotoGP racer. Obviously, there might be someone better later on in the years, but as of right now, he's the GOAT. And a GOAT has proteges. A GOAT has people who come up and look up to him. A GOAT has people who follow in his footsteps. Like MJ and Kobe. Like Kobe and Tatum. Well, Tatum not really a GOAT right now, but he showcased. He got GOAT tendencies. He got GOAT tendencies. But that's just all I'm trying to say. Now Rossi obviously has had plenty of success with Yamaha. All in all, most of his championship wins have come from riding a Yamaha. I think with damn near 90 victories out of all his races coming on a Yamaha. I think of his actual complete championship wins, I think 4 out of the 7, the majority, was on a Yamaha. So Rossi and Yamaha have had a long line of success and accomplishment. So it's only fit that he sticks with Yamaha for, I don't know if this is going to be his farewell season. He did sign a 1+1 contract, so he can race next year, and if everything is good for him as well as the Petronas team, that he'll also be racing another year. So whatever happens, I am ecstatic to see and hoping that he's going to continue racing for a minute. Obviously, he is up in age, so his retirement is coming soon. It's going to be a sad day, but you got to make room for Morbidelli. Make room for his proteges. Let's see. A Lucio Cecchinello Racing team member tested COVID positive recently. LCR Honda, or Honda LCR. I think it's just LCR Honda. Whatever. Who was infected? It was somebody off of the HR team, the HRC team. It was an HRC member working for Honda. I don't know their names. I guess that information was kept hidden because, why we don't really need to know their names. Let's see. Well, now, obviously, there's plenty of prevention tactics in place by MotoGP. There's plenty of prevention tactics in place, like prevention, like everyone has to get tested. There has to be a negative result prior to coming into the actual race, to going into the paddock. And constant testing is done for a substantial period of time throughout the racing event, throughout that entire race weekend. They're constantly being tested, I believe. I'm almost certain. Now, infected people. Now they plan to how they are containing it, where people infected are immediately isolated, immediately in quarantine. But anyone who had close contact, which they set up as category 1, they are also isolated as well. And everyone that could have possibly had any type of contact with him has been tested, and they must have negative results. And I'm pretty sure they're going to be continually tested from time to time. Now, what it means for the race team. Now, that was just a down staffing. Basically, they just had to pick up whatever. I don't want to say pick up whatever slack was left based off of that team member being gone. Obviously, there's only a limited amount of people that can go into the paddock now anyway. So I don't know, but it just means they have to pick up the slack and do a little bit of extra work. That's all that is. Now, the real question is, how does that make spectators feel? How does that make people who want to go to these races? Or because I know that at Misano they had fans, and I'm pretty sure at Le Mans they're gonna have fans. What does that mean for them? Does that ward them off? I don't know. I don't think so. Obviously, there's gonna be people who are most definitely not gonna show up based off the fact that not even the fucking riders can stay COVID free. That even though this is their job, but I think the number one question is, how is the MotoGP team going to perform the necessary proactive means to protecting the public if they want fans to come in? Obviously, they're going to have to hold everyone to their own responsibility. But, there's always them people that you see who make everyone uncomfortable, who not following no type of rules, who doing whatever the fuck they feel they need to do, or whatever the fuck they feel they want to do. How are they going to be stopped? Don't know. And I'm pretty sure MotoGP safety committee or whatever don't have an answer for that either. That's just all I got to say for that. It just makes a new challenge, bringing in fans, and I mean, hey, everybody wear masks. That's all I got to tell you. That just seems appropriate. I don't know what else you could possibly do, but obviously there might not be a lot of fans simply because of the fact this whole COVID thing wards off a whole lot of gatherings, but that's about it. Anyway, moving into Moto E. The last event happened at Misano. I'm not going to do no recap of Misano. I'm just going to talk about it. Talk about what Moto E is. Okay, now Moto E also, it is officially called the FIM Enel Moto E World Cup. It is an all-electric race series that started last year. Actually, its inaugural season was 2019. Now they normally only have a couple events. They don't race like with MotoGP. There could be like 25, 30 races or whatever. But there's only like 5 or 6 Moto E competitions. I think the last one is actually happening in Le Mans in France, and it's Moto E normally happens in Europe. Okay, it's hosted in Europe. That's why it's only happening in the Europe stages. So I guess that's why it's limited. It's only 5 or 6 races for the year. Even though MotoGP is mainly European, is mainly hosted in Europe as well. But that's besides the point. It's just an all-electric moto series, moto racing series. Normally has a good bit of drivers, good bit of riders, and it's pretty fucking exciting, if I have to say. Check it back on highlights and shit like that. If you want to check back on highlights, just look that shit up on YouTube. It's by far pretty fucking entertaining, and it's the same thing with Formula E. There's just a different form of entertainment and a different type of noise, honestly. That's why I listen to it. I like that electric whine that I hear. One thing I do want to note, like fun fact, these bikes only take like 20 minutes to get about damn near fully charged, which is something that I kind of want. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't have no Tesla or nothing like that, but how long do those shits take to charge? Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Hit me up. Let me know how long them shits take to charge, or drop in the comments or whatever on YouTube. Let me know how long these shits take to charge, cause Teslas or electric cars in general. Let me know how long they take to charge, because I'm pretty sure they do not get fully charged in 20 minutes, bro. I'm almost certain they don't get fully charged in 20 minutes. Now, events for this year, there were originally 7. There were originally 7 events that were I don't want to say prescribed, scheduled. There you go, that's the word. That were scheduled, but it was cut down to 5 after a fire had destroyed the facility that the bikes were held, and the bikes as well as the facility gone. That's all I can say. Gone. The next event for them is going to be at Le Mans on October 11th in France, and that's basically like the season finale for Moto E. It's like the season championship for Moto E, and so that one I'll be definitely tuning into, and you will definitely hear me talk about it. And from there, obviously, I'm going to recap the rest of the Moto E series, simply because of the fact that it's only a couple races. I don't feel it's covering every race is necessary, so I will be covering all the races leading up to the final. This is not the NBA. Up to the championship. And go from there. So obviously check back in that week or whatever of that race. I don't know. Yeah, check back in for that episode. So subscribe, follow, whatever, add to your library, something like that. And last but not least, what you should, well, not what you should, but what I think should happen with the Moto E. I think it should expand from Europe. I think it should go into every MotoGP series, and I think as though it'll be a great contention as being the main stage. Obviously, there is MotoGP, the highest of highest. Then there's Moto3, Moto2, but now there's Moto E. So, and for people that don't know, yes, MotoGP is the grandstand, and yes, it is already very competitive, but definitely check into Moto2 and Moto3. Those shits are also outstandingly competitive. I think Moto3 is 600s and Moto2 is 300s. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember quite what the specs are, but it's just different specs. Like MotoGP is full on prototype monsters. Moto3, I'm pretty sure is sixes, and that's usually just not factory, but it's just off of factory, and Moto2 is damn near factory type of shit. But they are also very competitive simply because of the fact that most of the time people they have kind of the same engines and stuff. I think in Moto2 or something like that, they have the same engines and everything, so everyone is tight knit. It's very competitive. People in last can definitely, if they have the necessary skill, can always come up in the first. Obviously not like dead last and nothing like that, but people in the back can make their moves if they're willing to put that down on the line. But Moto E, I just think it should expand outside of Europe, and I feel as though it should be way more events than just 5 or 6 or 7. Because last year it was only 6 events. Obviously, it just started, and it has to build up that fan base, that the people that's gonna come in early to watch a Moto E bout, not boxing. Jesus Christ, to watch a Moto E race. So I don't know. I'll check into it. Shit, it might be good. I just feel as though they should expand outside of that, add way more events, and then I feel like that is gonna expose them more rather than just sticking with it in Europe. But you never know how that's gonna ride. You never know how that's gonna fly. Next, moving into MotoAmerica. I don't know if I'm gonna be talking about races. I don't necessarily know if I feel like talking. Do I feel like talking about races? I don't. I really don't. I just wanted to take a look at Cam Peterson, number 45, my second favorite number. Dominating stock 1000, completely demolishing the rest of the competition. He has showcased that he is the best. I think he stepped away for a while, but now he's back, and this season he is shown he has only one word on his mind. Okay, I guess 2 words on his mind: domination and victories. That's all he been doing, dominating the race and getting victories, baby. He is number 1 in points, and he has had, I think he's only missed 1 pole position ever, and I think that was due to a crash. I'm not 100% sure. I think, but I'm pretty sure he hasn't lost a race. He has been completely at ownership of the stock 1000, category in the MotoAmerica series. So Cam, got my eye on you. Just imagine I'm Nick Fury and I got a patch. I got my eye on you. Yeah, if y'all don't remember that scene, I'm gonna plug it in. If you're watching the YouTube version. Anyway, but I just wanted to bring some recognition to Cam Peterson. Obviously, he has his own recognition, of course, because he's Cam fucking Peterson. But I just wanted to let anyone who listens, or anyone who watches, Cam Peterson, number 45, definitely has a grandstanding, dominating stock 1000 fucking season on his hands. And I think next year he's gonna be doing strictly Superbike. With that, he's not as successful. He's been in like top 10. But I know for a fact that him down. I feel like though if he were to cut out that stock 1000 and just focus on this the Hono Superbike, he's gonna definitely be top tier, top 5, top 3 for the season. Maybe not of history, but of that season, most definitely. And I think he had took time off for life, his father and stuff like that, to make money and all that. But obviously those are completely perfect reasons to leave, to leave this racing type of world. These shits cost money, and if you're not sponsored and if you're not funded by a mainstream large factory, that shit starts to rack up when you got to fix parts. got to crash, and you got to do all this maintenance of these bikes and everything of that nature. Because keep it honest with you, you're doing it for free, so that means you're investing your own money outside of the outside of the race and outside of the industry. If you don't have these types of sponsorships and stuff of that nature, so obviously I'm pretty sure he has all that stuff now, so not too much to worry about. He should be pretty good with that. Now moving into motocross, the Lucas Oil AMA Pro Motocross Championship. Why haven't I talked about motocross so far? I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I totally forgot motocross was a thing to talk about. Have I watched motocross? Yes. Did I think to talk about it? No. But I'm doing it today, so suck it up. I was about to say eat my ass, but that don't sound right. Anyway. Happening at the WW Motorsports Park, WW Ranch National. It's the 7th round of the Lucas Oil AMA PMC Pro Motocross Championship. Now there's 250, 450. That's it. There's just 250 and 450. There's qualifyings, practices, stuff of that nature, but toss that shit to the side. But we're gonna talk about Moto 1. It's different ways. For MotoGP, it's just one grandstand race at the end. Obviously, there's the oh my god, I forgot about Catalan. For Barcelona, the Barcelona GP, I will be talking about that shit next week because I didn't put no notes for that at all. I just watched it and forgot to do anything evolving around notes. But Catalan GP, check back in next week. That's where I'll have a way more in-depth fucking conversation about it. Somebody won. Quartararo won. Just to give you a quick heads up on that, you know what I'm saying, check it to motorsports.com or check my Twitter. It's Big Ticket 07. There's gonna be plenty of stuff on there about it. Now 250 Moto 1 winner Dylan Ferrandis. That he won Moto 1 with the Yamaha YZ250, the only dirt bike I've ever owned. Now, Shane McLaren had the whole shot, but quickly lost that lead. Sorry about that. And then Hampshire, I don't know his first name, but Hampshire had a big crash. I'll definitely add in the footage, but had a big ass crash. Damn near nose diving the bike, and he was pretty high up. I don't understand how he didn't come away with no injury, but thankfully he came away with no injury, but he just had really far separation from his bike, so that's why you expect that kind of things to happen. If you have crazy separation from your motorbike, usually something went wrong. So it's a crazy fucking damage. But to the bike as well as you, his wheel was completely bent and not destroyed, but he was able to ride off. But front wheel completely bent up, as if had a crash. Jumping into Moto 1, 450 Moto 1, Zach Osborne on his Husqvarna FC450. Osborne made a ton of mistakes in the race, but he was so aggressive and carried so much momentum in these turns that he was actually able to catch, pass, and then hold the lead for the entirety of the race. Obviously, he did that a little bit. It took him a minute, but he came in and did what was necessary, which was kind of crazy. But because his aggression caused the mistakes, but he had so much momentum and so much fixing, I guess, happening that he was able to catch. He was able to catch a lot the top riders and hold the lead. Now, going into the 250 Moto 2, there was a rider pile up at the whole shot. Start of the race, huge pile, not huge. I think it was like 5 or 6 riders. Obviously, with motocross, there's like 20 fucking people. 25 fucking people. It's a lot of riders. So coming out of that big gate into that whole shot, I could understand a pile up. For MotoGP and Formula 1, dial it back. But here, most people could just get back up, get on their bikes, and proceed. Anyway, yeah, rider pile up at whole shot. Ferrandis in lead the whole race. McLaren had good starts in both motos. But quickly dropped back. I don't know what's going on with McLaren. There were fans at the actual event. Florida government allowed fans, and Dylan Ferrandis had a full 250 sweep. One Moto 1, one Moto 2. Now, going into 450 Moto 2 winner. The winner was Zach Osborne again. The winner was Osborne once again. Justin Barcia had a whole shot. Now, Justin Barcia has been suffering a little bit this season. He hasn't had many good positionings, and he hasn't had any good real whole shot. But very good start. Very strong start. Was in the lead, and the motherfucker crashed. Don't know how. I think he hit a peg or something like that threw him off a little bit. But fell off, crashed on the outside turn. I think it was his lean was just a little too aggressive. This, like I said, he's been suffering for a minute. So it was a good start after a long time, and he just fucking lost it. Marv Muskin and Adam Cianciarulo. I think it's Cianciarulo. They battled for a while, and then they finally actually touched, and that caused Adam to crash, and Marv was able to continue on. Here's how that shit went. Both of them coming off of a jump. All right, going down. I don't know dirt bike nomenclature or nothing like that, but going down into a turn. Okay, now, Marv, there you go. Marv was trying. Basically, they were both attempting to take the same line. And from there, Marvin was behind. Not Marvin. Jesus, Muskin. Marv Muskin was behind. Okay, and he was trying to basically be very aggressive and overtake Adam Cianciarulo, which caused them to touch and bang into each other. And from there, Marv was able to continue on based off of that and just, fix himself, continue on. But Adam went down and lost his lead. That's basically all I got to say. Adam wasn't going to give up the line, and Marv wasn't going to give up taking it. That's about it. Now, Osborne, he just dives into all these turns, dives into the race at full fucking speed, and loses no momentum ever throughout the entirety of this race, and just pushes past everyone and takes the lead. And Eli Tomac was fighting, and it looked like he was actually going to come back and give Zach a run for his money, but slight mistakes in that catch up phase, and ended up giving Osborne the breathing room that he needed, and Osborne came away with a victory. That's about it. Now the 250 champion overall is Dylan Ferrandis with 307 points. The Martin brothers, Jeremy Martin and I forgot the other Martin brother name, but Jeremy Martin is on his heels, only about 12 points behind. And the 450 champion overall is Zach Osborne with 285 points. Now, obviously these guys are winning, so and this is just the 7th round. Can't wait for the rest of the season. I will be talking about it more, because now I remember that this is something to actually talk about. Moving on. Now, something that I was very interested in, and still am, because I want to be able to fly like that. One of these days, I do want to fly. I'm scared. I'm not as scared of heights anymore, but in a plane, I'm not as scared. Okay. But I'm anxiously waiting for the 2021 season of air racing. Now, all air races have been canceled. That's all I gotta really say. All air races have been canceled. There's no Reno air race. Okay, COVID has impacted Reno drastically. Reno generates millions in revenue for the area, based off of these air races. With 70,000 separate spectators and shit like that, as well as the advertisement revenue, the money being dumped in by sponsors, donations, concessions, merch, all of that lost. COVID is striking a financial burn on people's bodies. Businesses, I guess. But the industry is looking for continual support from its fans, and they are definitely going to try and get races set up for next year. This year they have to put all that shit. They have to subside all that shit because they didn't know how this COVID stuff was going to be by September at the time that they made these kind of decisions at the earlier part of this year. But sorry, scratching my eye. But 80% of the revenue has decreased compared to last year. Obviously, there's still, kind of donations and sponsorship money and whatever else through like videos and stuff like that. But most of that shit gone. And of course, the Red Bull Air Race is no more. So I don't know what this is all we have. This, a couple other, private events, and not private, but like similar events that can be compared to the Reno Air Race. And these associations, they rely on these types of funds, and all of that is basically gone. And hopefully all that shit comes back next year, because I want to see some flying, man. I want to see some flying, and I want to see some action in the air. And I want to attend. That's also another one. I want to attend. I want to be there. I'll wear a mask. I got no problem. That was just a quick expose on that shit. The air race is quite possibly one of, in my opinion, very entertaining. It's single person skill of flying like that, and I want to be able to do that one of these days. When I say one of these days, I mean like in the next couple years. I don't really know where I'm gonna be in that time frame. Don't even know if I'll be able to fly in that time frame, but it's a goal. Just gotta write down a plan and then execute. If you know what I'm talking about, if you watched my shit, you should know what I'm talking about. Check back to the last episode. Anyway, that's it for the show. I mean, obviously, I should, give y'all a little something to leave with. Well, not really something to leave with, but definitely give y'all like I don't know. I'm trying to think of a story, maybe. Story? Should I finish off with a story? Yeah, I might give a little story. Let's see. All right. I remember one time. This is just gonna be a quick little 2-minute thing. Remember one time, my family, me and my father, my mother, we went down to a racing event, drag racing. All time, best time that I've ever had. But see, what I didn't know was this was like the first time I ever went to one. I didn't know that these cars were so fucking loud. This was like when I was very young. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that this shit was so loud. Okay, going to like NHRA type racing. Okay, going to one of those events, and obviously you can hear the cars outside from away from the track and everything. We had tent or whatever set up, and you could hear cars. Excuse me, and you can hear the cars and stuff going down track, loud as shit, whatever. But going to the stands and actually being near this shit, because of the fact that there's always some type of VIP exception or whatever. But being real close to the shit and actually right there with the cars, oh my God, that shit is deafening. Nobody warned me that I should be wearing earplugs, and at the time I'm eating barbecue ribs. Barbecue ribs taste so good, make you want to slap your mama. Tastes so damn good. Engine. That's what you hear. I mean, obviously not engine, but like you just hear the nice little idle of the engine. That's all. That's cool. I'm fine with that. Eating, dining, chilling. Right? Then all of a sudden lights. red, cutout, green, boom. Nothing but deafening fucking noise. Nothing but deafening fucking noise. And you want to know something? I dropped my goddamn barbecue. And if anybody knows me, you know how much I love my food. I don't know. That was just that's something I just had on my mind. Anyway, peace out. That's all for the show. Definitely check into next week. I will be talking about a whole lot of other things like this Barcelona triple header that they had going on with the MotoGP this week. But I'm out of time and I don't feel like talking about it. I got shit to do. Also, check back in next week for my coverage of I don't know what I'm going to be covering, but definitely that. I will be covering that, and I will be covering a whole bunch of other shit as well, and talking about a couple race recaps, what to look forward to for October, this kind of stuff. So definitely check back in next week. And last but not least, also, if you got any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at thebigticket07. For anybody watching on the YouTube version, the links will be in the description down below. You could also hit me up on Instagram. If you're listening to the audio version, go watch the video version. You know, look at my sexy ass face. That's all I really gotta say. Peace out. Have a wonderful day.